Blades in the Dark is a modern role-playing game contained in just a single volume, available as a hardback book or a PDF. And if you buy the hardback new from a brick-and-mortar store, you can get the PDF for free through Evil Hat or their Bits and Mortar retailer program. The setting is a grimy industrial steampunk noir with fantastical supernatural forces. The book says, you're in a haunted Victorian-era city trapped inside a wall of lightning powered by demon blood. Wow! If you like television such as Peaky Blinders or The Wire, films similar to Gangs of New York, or video games like the Thief series, Dishonored or Bloodborne, this setting may be a good fit for you. You and your fellow players take the roles of scoundrels bound together as a permanent crew, undertaking criminal missions such as smuggling, spying, theft, sabotage, poisoning, or peddling all manner of vices. And the cool thing is, your underworld operation gets its own character sheet, and your success or failures see it expand its territory or reputation and compete against the myriad of other factions trying to carve out their own standing in the shadows of the world. Yes, of course you can play a cult. Being a modern RPG, it encourages you to create the world and your adventures during play as more of a storytelling collaboration than a competitive challenge. Whilst this in theory reduces the amount of lengthy preparation the games master running the game has to do, they will need to be comfortable with constantly improvising things. This game boasts complete play sessions of as little as 2 hours and does this first by breaking things down into 3 main phases. Free play is the characters discussing what shape they are in, the goals for their band, and what opportunities they can see to advance themselves, which leads them to picking a job to do, or as the game calls it, a score. You make a roll to see what kind of a start the characters get. Did they get the drop on the target, or have they been dropped in it? Next, you play out the mission with the characters rolling dice to use their skills, tools and abilities to burglarize, brutalize, or just bum rush any resistance. Unusually, you don't roleplay through the preparations before the mission, such as casing the joint, gathering information, or even coming up with a detailed plan. It gives you 6 basic approaches to get you started, leaving you to flesh out some details. Instead of prep work, any player can ask for a flashback at any time to roleplay something they would have done prior to the mission, such as bribing some guards, hiding a cache of weapons, loosening the mortar around a barred window, or whatever. The longer you have been roleplaying, the more unnerving a concept this is, but it is designed to get you into the action, having fun and advancing the game ASAP. This isn't your father's D&D game, you know? Plus, all plans go out of the window faster than a bathing baby, right? When the mission ends, you go into downtime where you receive your payoff, see how much attention or heat you have attracted from the law or any other powers that be, resulting in a future entanglement with a rival or another complication. Finally, you deal with rest, recovery, improving the individual characters and advancing their criminal network. This game tries to abstract as much bookkeeping and minor detail as possible. Instead of tracking wealth numerically, you just have some boxes called coin. Instead of armor having a points value, it is just a tick box. You have either used it to save you or not. And rather than binary successes or failure, your characters are advancing clocks. Colouring in these indicates how much progress has been made in a particular task. As the rulebook says, don't expect scientific realism here. The better the character is at a task, the more 6-sided dice they will roll when trying to accomplish something. You take the single highest result, which can be a full success, a partial success, or a bad outcome. The player and the GM discuss what this result means in terms of advancing the story together. If this game interests you, the Blades in the Dark website has the whole rules broken down into easy-to-browse sections, or go to the download area, which has all the individual sheets and a 32-page PDF consolidating everything you need, including plenty of setting information and helpful game aids. Although this game is complete in a single book, there are plenty of fan creations to add more depth, many of which are generously listed on the website, or have a look on DriveThruRPG. And if the system sounds cool but the setting isn't for your group, check out the other works based on these mechanics.